Good morning. So today I wanted to talk about maintaining or setting yourself the goal of getting an athletic physique at over the age of 35, and particularly someone, if you're a busy father or a business owner like myself that has, crazy commitments, it might be hard to get to the gym or to kind of set yourself a standard to be able to achieve that. So that's what I want to speak about today. And what I've found is in my 20s and even into my early 30s, I've always maintained a reasonable level of fitness, but I certainly didn't have my nutrition and stuff dialed in like I do now. I was still regular at the gym, but I was drinking heavily as you do in your 20s, socialising a lot. My social life back then meant going out drinking, pubs, clubs, all the rest of it. And it's funny because what I noticed is once I started this journey to be a better version of myself at now the age of 40 and be in the best condition of my life, up until that point, no one asked any questions. Going out drinking, smoking, it was completely normal. But the second I started tracking my food and watching what I ate and committing to a stricter routine and a higher standard, people started judging, is what I noticed. And, people say, oh, you've got a problem, or, oh, you're on some sort of diet, or, you're at the gym a lot. And when you kind of step back out and look at it, it's kind of, particularly in my gaining, I'm eating 3,600 calories. I'm eating a lot of food, and I would say 90 to 95% of that is actually whole food, probably more. And I exercise regularly. I still maintain a social life. My home life's great with my wife, my kids. So life's never been better. But because you're not eating crap, or you make the decision not to eat crap, and you're not going out drinking, people automatically assume there's something wrong. And that's the world we live in now, which is scary, which is really scary. So that to me just says, we live in a world now where people accept a lower standard for themselves. And I'm not saying that that's intentional, and some people might be happy doing that. But I think when kids come along and your commitments change or your priorities need to shift and change, I think naturally you're not lazy. You still, life's crazy. You with the kids, with business, with work, or whatever it is you're doing. It's definitely not laziness, but your standards slide slightly, and it's not a significant. It's not an obvious change. It just kind of naturally happens. And the problem there is that before you know it, you've just accepted a lower standard, and your own health and fitness goes on the back burner because these other things start consuming a lot of your time, which is 100% fine. But it's about acknowledging the fact that that's happened and going, right, what can I change in my day-to-day so I can still show up for all of these things, my kids, my wife, my work, but also show up for myself. And I'll do another video on the things that I changed that had a huge influence on that standard being set a bit higher and how I've maintained it and how it's worked for me. But it's just, I think the whole point of what I'm trying to say is if you listen to other people, people will judge. So if you're overweight or you're feeling out of shape and you just go, you know what, I'm going to start showing up for myself. I'm going to prioritize my health and fitness. I'm going to be the better version of myself in 12 months' time, and you make some drastic changes in your life to do that, whether you do it bit by bit or whether you just commit fully. People are going to say what they're going to say, and they're going to judge, and that's the society we live in. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You just get it done and show up. And I can guarantee that if you can acknowledge the standard that you're living under now and you can raise that, you'll come out the other end in 12 months' time and you will look back and you won't believe that you're even there in the first place. So follow my journey. If you're getting any use from this, please subscribe, like, comment. I'll be super interested to hear from other like-minded people, like whether you're a bit older or whether you're a dad, and how you manage your life around a super packed schedule. And let's do it together. I'm going to keep pumping these videos out because I believe there's other dads out there that understand where I'm coming from. And I'm no influencer or fitness guru or anything like that. I'm just a real bloke who set himself a goal of being the best version of himself at 40, being the best dad I can be, the best partner I can be, and being in the best condition that I can be, and setting a good example for my kids. And I'm still on that journey, but I'm certainly achieved the goals I set out to achieve when I turned 40. So this year I'm 41, plan to be better at 41 than I was at 40. And I plan on sharing that with you. But I'd love to hear from any of you that can relate to anything that I talk about. It'd be really good to hear from you. So remember, lift heavy, protect time, recover hard. Later.